That's how winning is done.
I'm just fucking saying, because we can't move on forward from here. We are too divided, and these people are too unconstitutional and too anti-fucking individual rights, and that is treasonous, red-coated garbage, and they need a fucking end. I'm just fucking saying. Well, these last two things are not the only thing this fucking retarded, horrible vice president has been fucking doing over the last since she's taken office. I can't even fucking speak. I really, really hate this woman, and I'm trying not to say anything that might get me kicked off of YouTube. But anyway, she disrespected Memorial Day. No, I didn't put out a Memorial Day video. I'm a veteran. I know people that actually died. Memorial Day is a day of mourning. I put out a little thing saying Happy Memorial Day, but I didn't actually do a video. She called it a long weekend, and it wasn't until after she was blasted that she did something. And she went to Arlington Cemetery and did some type of political stunt to try and seem like she was fucking all for Memorial Day. This
Suck!
woman is utter garbage. But let's get into this article because I'm getting sick of talking about this woman, and I just want to get through today's episode, move into the exclusive clips that you're going to see on the website, and yeah, check them out there. There's exclusive clips. There'll be exclusive clips from every episode here on out, going up only off of members on the website. But anyway, here we go. Memorial Day lost on the likes of Kamala Harris. Happy Memorial Day, or as Vice President Kamala Harris calls it, just another long weekend. I get to spend remembering me. I get to spend remembering me. For those of you out there who think Memorial Day is about remembering the sacrifices of men and women in uniform, you really have no idea. What do they know about sacrifice? I guess that's pretty true, because it's about those that died, not about those that are alive. And I get Happy Memorial Day things from everyone, and it's not about me. That's Veterans Day. This is Memorial Day. Purple Heart, Silver Star, Distinguished Flying Cross, a pastor of white crosses carved from stone. Those are all small-time trinkets for small-time grunts. Gold Star, Mom Cry, Mrs. Harris, a river. Do you even know what it takes to be a woman? Just ask the Vice President. She's a real woman, made history. You know what kind of history the well-behaved woman never make. She's the first woman Vice President. Bow down. What the is the framing on this? I am not bowing down to that cunt. You stormed the beaches of Normandy, literally walked on a beach, okay? A slight jog with 100 pounds of gear on your back. But come on, man. Really?
You suck!
Fucking really? Only a slight jog with 100 pounds of fucking gear on their back. You need to watch a documentary. They did a hell of a lot more than just fucking slight jog on the beach, you fucking liberal, disgusting cunt. You were on a beach, or like an asshole, whoever the fuck is writing this thing. It's a dude, I think. But you were on a beach, although it was cloudy day, the totally sucked, bad timing, totally bet the dude planned that one. You want to know real courage and sacrifice, true American accomplishment? Kamala Harris. This is fucking garbage. First of all, people mispronounce her name, and yet she preserves. Secondly, nobody likes her. She was declared the next president of the United States by the media when she announced her candidacy for the Democrat. She flamed out before the first contest. Even Democrats cannot stand her, and her cackling laugh bathed in self-love and perfect political production of San Francisco, yet she still preserves. This is the medal of true sacrifice. You boys on the beach, just ask Willie Brown. And then she shattered the invisible glass ceiling. I don't know if this is fucking sarcasm or if this dude really believes this garbage. What kind of fucking article is this? This is not even an opinion piece, obviously. This is not even an easy thing to do. That's former Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton, and it's not a walk or trot on the beach. First of all, it's invisible. Second, there is nobody on the other side of it. I mean, it would be so much easier if someone was on the other side of it shooting down you, so you would know where it was, because it is so invisible and confusing and dispersing. It really is so hard to go on. You just want to put down your high heels and lie down and go to sleep on the beach, but sometime inside your heroic self keeps telling you to press on and conquer the invisible glass ceiling by shattering it, figuratively. So you say yes on the telephone when Joe Biden calls you to be vice president, and you make history. The future is woman.
Winning?
No.
Oh you God, suck!
I can't even fucking... We're gonna keep going. So the future is woman, all by her whittled self freedom. This is what these are how these people fucking think. No, your computer is not broken. Look at the video on the internet. Type Carl Harris and freedom and the story she wrote for Martin Luther King Jr. and modestly claims as her own. Turns out President Biden is still the plagiarist in chief, but his little spear and skirt is no slouch when it comes to plagiarizing in the name of political advancement against C. Willie Brown and Hillary Rodham Clinton. I think this might be fucking just random things, but befitting the true hero worthy of gigantic self-imprints on Memorial Day. Mrs. Harris took time out of her busy schedule thinking about herself to speak to the National Naval graduation class. Apparently, she's misunderstood. Somebody told her it was the Naval Academy, so she gazed at it. She had a message for those boys on the beach who really need a lecture about true heroism from Kamala Harris. Pack lighter. Don't put so much heavy stuff in your rucksack when you're storming beaches. Come on, man. This has to be this has to be sarcastic. Just ask Manny Marine today. She squealed, peaking like a meth addict, overdosing on her own self-love. Would she rather carry 20 pounds of batteries or solar panels? And I'm positive she could tell a solar panel, and so would be her. That's right, you lazy loser boys on the beach of Normandy. Learn a thing or two from the ladies. Think longer, not harder. Pack lighter and make your assistant carry everything. Life really is a beach, and sometimes you have one as vice president too. This is fucking ridiculous. I can't believe I stuck through that to the end. But it's true. She had no right to speak to the Naval Academy, and we'll get into that. She fucking had to be prodded about. She thought it was just a long weekend for people. She had to be chastised into doing something for Memorial Day. This is not the things that we need to be about for presidential. She should have been respectful from the very beginning, or not said a goddamn thing. This is how you do it. You have a right to believe whatever you want in America, but you're supposed to be the vice president of everyone. You shouldn't be taking sides like that in public.
Winning? No.
You shouldn't be. Period. You shouldn't.
You suck!
Our country is not a fucking battleground for political ideologies. It shouldn't be. Our country is a fucking republic for individual rights and freedoms, and that's the way it should be. I mean, I don't know where we go from here, because, like, if we have presidents that think securing our elections is bad and that have to get yelled at to respect soldiers on Memorial Day, those that have fallen, those that paved the way for them to be who they are and be where they are, there's no unifying our country and there's no moving forward together. I'm just fucking saying. So as we just learned from the last segment, Kamala Harris was the commencement speaker for the Naval Academy, but should she have been allowed to do that? Considering she's not going to the border visiting, doing her job. She's doing everything but that. She's fucking working for the illegal aliens and their administration, smuggling people in the middle of the night into the country when they should be deporting them to other places. And only she's fighting election security and disrespecting Memorial Day. Should she really have been allowed to give this damn speech? I don't think so, but let's get into this article. I mean, I'm fucking biased on this entire podcast, as you can tell, but it is what it is. Vice President Kamala Harris cites challenges of fragile world in keynote speech at Naval Academy graduation. Vice President Kamala Harris focused on the challenges of the pandemic, climate change, and cybersecurity threats during a keynote speech to graduates at the U.S. Naval Academy on Friday, the first by a woman at the 170-year-old institution. Ooh, first woman to do this. First woman to do that. I don't give a fuck about her goddamn vagina.
Winning?
Harris,
No.
the nation's first female vice president and the first black woman and person of South Asian descent to hold office, said that the pandemic has accelerated our world in a new era. It has forever impacted our world, she said. It has forever influenced our perspective, and if we weren't clear before, we now know our world is interconnected, our world is interdependent, and our world is fragile. Because of y'all guys' fucking globalist policies. Y'all the one making everything trash. We had the greatest economy in U.S. history until you fucking took office and you actively made fucking policies. Your administration actively made policies that fucked it all. God fucking damn. These people are fucking idiots, assholes, or they're fucking intentionally doing this, which makes them fucking treasonous, disgusting garbage. A pandemic can spread throughout the world. In a matter of months, a gang of hackers can disrupt the fuel supply, and one country's carbon emissions can threaten the sustainability of the Earth, the vice president said. This midshipman is the new era, and we are in this midshipman. Okay, that she's talking about them. Closing player good. I don't know why you open that with the fucking ad blocker on, but anyway. is the era we are in, and it's unlikely any era that came before, Harris said. So the challenges before us is now how to mount a modern defense to these modern threats. I mean, that is a good question because cybersecurity and all this, it is a fucking modern threat, and we are lacking big time in all of our infrastructure. Harris described the cyber tech early this month that shut down the mission's largest fuel pipeline as a warning shot and what the new Navy and Marine Corps officers will be facing. And I agree with the like, why the wasn't there a fucking manual on that? That should not have been happening. In fact, there have been many warning shots, so we must defend our nation against these threats. At the same time, we must make advances in things that you've been learning, things like quantum computing and artificial intelligence and robotics, and things that will put our nation at a strategic advantage, Harris said. In her speech to more than 1,000 graduates, including one who majored in mechanical, electrical, and ocean engineering, Harris described climate change as a very real threat to our national security. I look at you and I know you are among the experts who will navigate and mitigate the threat, Harris said. Most of the 1,084 graduates were commissioned as officers in the Navy Marine Corps, including 784 Navy ensigns, 274 Marines as second lieutenants, and about 28% of the graduating class are women. Harris said the American people are depending on you. I don't know if they're all agreeing with you. I don't want a military that's all intersectional and following your retarded ass. We saw during the COVID-19 when Americans watched how members of our military helped vaccinate our nation because biological threats like pandemics, infectious diseases, yet another threat in this era, Harris said. The commissioning, a lab-created disease that your man Fauci funded. The commissioning ceremony is held in person again in the Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis a year after the Academy held its first ever virtual graduation and commissioning ceremony because of the coronavirus pandemic. Harris marked the milestone of becoming the first woman to give a keynote address, and that is not even relevant. It doesn't matter that she has a fucking vagina. Addressed the Academy's commissioning ceremony in the same year that the Academy had its first black female brigade commander, who represents about 4,400 midshipmen. And it doesn't matter about skin color of the goddamn officer. Just elect the right fucking people. It doesn't matter. The good officer, fucking brigade commander. It's not about fucking race. It's not about fucking sex.
Winning? No.
Midshipman Sydney Barber. If we keep making it about race and sexism will never go away. That's why these people are the most racist, sexist people on earth. Midshipman Sydney Barber, who was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Marines at the ceremony, said it was an exciting and emotional day to graduate where Harris is speaker. She said she was scheduled to meet with the vice president after the ceremony. I plan to thank her for paving the way, Barber of Lake Forest, Illinois, said in an interview before the ceremony. She definitely paved the way for me, inspired me throughout the journey. Oh my God. And we're electing intersectional woke garbage into our military that's gonna continue to use it as a social experiment, and it's gonna continue to get fucking weaker. Look what happened with women in the army for so long. Women in the military were bringing down the standards, and they knew they were bringing down the standards so much that they had to create a whole new fucking standard to make sure it didn't fucking happen. And even then, when only X percentage of women could actually pass it, that chose to go in there could actually pass it, they want to make it different because it's not X percentage of women. I'm sorry, but only fucking 3% of men can actually do it too. So fuck right off. If you can't fucking do it, if these can't hack, then fucking boot them the fuck out. The first female infantry officer said the same fucking thing. The military is not there to coddle your goddamn feelings. It's not there for your intersectional garbage. It's not there for fucking your trans activism. It's not there for any of that garbage. It exists for one fucking purpose and one fucking purpose: to go out there and murderize our enemies with extreme violence.
That's how winning is done.
Male, woman, trans, black, white, yellow, Asian, polka dotted, tentacled, fucking poof of smoke monster, fucking incorporeal energy being. I don't give them no. If you're in our military, I don't give about your feelings. I don't give about fucking how hard it makes you feel or how stressed out you get during all the fucking training or whatnot. I only care if you are capable of murderizing our enemies with extreme prejudice. If you're not capable of murderizing our enemies for extreme prejudice for any reason, or you reduce our overall ability to murderize our enemies with extreme prejudice, you should not be allowed to fucking serve. Period. I can't serve anymore with the injuries that I received because I lower our effectiveness and the ability to actually murderize our enemies. It works the same way. If you taking hormones as a trans person lowers our effectiveness, then you should not be able to serve.
That's how winning is done.
Just like taking hormones, even when you're a male, biological male in female sports, you have more testosterone, you have an advantage. You shouldn't be serving in or competing in female sports.